Hi, I'm Madeline from Sheen Slings and this is my review of the Baby Bjorn Mini Carrier. I'm going to talk you through the pros and cons of this carrier, show you how it works, talk about how long it will last, what you can do with it, and at the end I'm going to compare it to some other similar carriers and see how it stacks up. So this is really the newborn specialist model by Baby Bjorn. So the Mini is really designed to be worn right from day one, if you would like to, and as such it's really soft, really moldable, made of really supple, really shaped to baby shape, whatever shape they are when they are born. And this particular one is made of a really soft jersey. So if I show you closer, you can see really nice, really lovely, luxurious feeling jersey that actually comes in 3 models. So this one is the jersey. There's also a mesh, and again the mesh is really soft, it's really supple, really fit to a baby. And then there's a cotton, it's quite a satiny cotton, again really strokeable. It is a little bit thicker and a bit firmer than the other two, so it's maybe not my favourite, but again perfect for newborns. So let's see what it looks like with a baby in it. It actually comes in 2 bits, so this is the panel for the baby and this is the harness part for the parent. And this one, sort of, you can see we've got a cross, and that's going to go on your back, and it kind of goes on a bit like a waistcoat, so slip it on one side, put your arms through the other side. And then the key thing here so that this part's going to clip onto the panel, the key thing here is to check where this cross is coming. You want it quite low. Often this is where parents will go wrong with this carrier, and it's not very clearly described in the manual. They have this quite high, but if the cross is high, that's going to put all the pressure on your upper back and your neck and shoulders, and that can be quite uncomfortable. If you have it low, it should be quite supportive. So then if I get the panel, you can see the panel has 2 parts that these just pop into. If I come closer, and it's really easy as they're labelled left and right, and I just clip them in. And then I can snug this up to get a really good snug fit for me, so it's all sitting flush and flat on my body, and it's worth taking the time getting that set up right for you. And then when it is, you don't have to keep changing it, you can just literally get yourself out on one side each time. And now we're ready for a baby, so I'm going to get Selena. She is my newborn doll. She's approximately the size of a sort of 6 to 8 week old. And I'm just going to cuddle her against me and bring this panel up. So one of the main pros of this carrier is it's really easy, because you fit the parent first and then you just need to plop the baby in. And it's all colour coded. You can see this blue goes into the blue, and the red goes into the red, and then we can bring the head support up to support her. We can either have it up like so and clip on, or if it fits her better, and in this case it does, so that it brings it up to and supports the back of the neck rather than covering her head, we can put it on like this. And you'll see actually inside here we can tighten this up, so if we need it to be a bit snugger, we can tighten that up. You can still keep it folded if you want, like that, and so that it gets really nice and snug, and you can see we've got a really great fit against her. You'll note I put the hands up, and Baby Bjorn, the manual does say to have them out of these holes. I find most babies like their hands by their faces rather than dangling at their sides, so I tend to do that. But again, because you can adjust here to make the space you need and let it out if you need more, you can really accommodate how baby wants to be. And then you can see I can pull this material wide. So for a newborn, this actually gives a really good fit, because the material is really soft, so it will scrunch down for a smaller shape if they're not so wide yet, and it will come open to support baby in a nice spread squat, in a nice seated position where they've got great alignment between their ball and socket joints. And if I spin around, you can see how it is on me. So there are 2 main pros of this carrier. The first one is it's really simple in terms of all the clips are at the front. So if you're someone that has mobility issues, you can't reach behind your back, or maybe you're a wheelchair user, you need to have very little on the back, or and very little on your waist for sitting down or any of those things is incredibly helpful. Or if you're very, very nervous, it's incredibly easy to put on. It's also really soft and well shaped for a newborn. Yeah, that's the other main advantage, is it's really soft and well shaped for a newborn. In terms of cons, then one of the cons is we don't have a waist support. So compared to a lot of the comparables, which I'll get to later, we don't have anything on the waist. It's actually good for sitting down, so good for those early days, as I was saying, because you don't have anything on your waist, but the weight is all upper body. So again, easier when they're little, but as they put on weight, you'll start to miss the lack of the waistband. So that's with a newborn. I now want to show you with a bigger baby, because I think that's really one of the main cons of this carrier. So if we get baby out, and again, as I said, really simple to get baby back out. It's all color coded. We just squeeze and lift these, and these ones will just squeeze. And I can put baby down. So this carrier is designed to go from 3.2 kilos, so really will fit most newborns right from the beginning. And as I said, as it squishes down, really will fit a small form. And it does adjust in height as baby grows. So I showed you on the smallest for my small doll. And now I'm going to let the height out a bit for a bigger baby. So in theory, as baby grows, you can move this down, and there's a centimetre reader, so you can just measure your baby at home and do this. But really what we're looking for is that height, how far the back panel is coming up against them. So if you're not getting enough height, it's time to move it down. So I'm going to move it down for my bigger baby. So this carrier does adjust in height, but the unfortunate thing is it doesn't adjust in width. And of course babies will grow in both. So get this back on. So this is Patrick. He is approximately 6 months old, about the size of a 6-month-old. And if I now pop him in and put him in, so again, blue to blue, red to red. Again, still really, really simple, really easy. I'm going to support him like this time. As he's a bit bigger, I can let this out, or again, I can fold this down. Oh, he has got an arm down this time, never mind. One arm up, one arm down. Yes, so you can see with Patrick, the carrier is not wide enough for him. I can't sort of support him in this spread squat position that gives a really great, comfortable seated carry and perfect alignment in the ball and socket joint. But mainly what I'm looking for is that my baby is comfortable, but here his legs are he's going to be feeling the weight of his legs, and they're going to keep drooping down. And I can't stably support that for him. I could use a scarf to do it, but the carrier alone won't manage it. And also because he's bigger, I'm feeling more of a pull on my back, because again, I don't have this waist support. And for me, this is really the con of this carrier. It is really snuggly and lovely for newborns, but babies are going to grow out of it really rapidly. So my first doll was 6 to 8 weeks. This one is about 6 months, and you can see this baby has long since grown out of it. And really, in reality, babies are going to grow out of this between 3 and 4 months, that they're going to start having a less comfortable seating position for them. And it's also going to be less comfortable for you because it's heavier, but also because this droop and the baby being less well supported will put more pressure on your back. A carrier that even the same weight baby that's supporting them more will put less pressure on your back because the weight is more contained against your load bearing center. So it's going to grow out. You're going to find the baby's going to grow out of it, and it's also going to get less comfortable for you at the same time. So yeah, one of the main cons of this is exactly that you're probably going to find baby's going to grow out of it at about 3 to 4 months. In terms of the positions this carrier offers, obviously it does the inwards that I've discussed. It also offers an outward position. It is worth noting that while you can carry your baby in arms, because your arms are responsive in this position whenever you feel ready to, for a carrier to do it, because carriers are less responsive, baby needs to have really good head and neck control, and that's generally around 4 months for most babies. Now, I said baby's outgrowing this carrier at 4 months. Yeah, I did. So this carrier does offer a forward-facing position, but you may find, at least in the inward position, your baby has outgrown your carrier before you are able to do it, or around when you're able to do it. So while it does offer it, you may or may not be able to use it. I mention this because often parents are quite drawn to this carrier because it does offer that option. But it's worth realising that that's maybe false advertising if your baby's already grown out of it. So if I put him in here, you can see again, if I try and get him in a nice comfortable position, while the carrier is perfect here to have not too much material around there, we don't have anything coming here to support him in a nice seated position. So again, slightly outgrown this, sadly. Yeah, so they're the main pros and cons of this carrier. I should say the weight testing, it's from 3.2 kilos to 11 kilos, but in reality, the carrier is too small to get you to 11 kilos for many babies. They will grow out of it on length and size before they hit that weight, I would have thought, because it depends on babies. Different babies weigh different things, but often 11 kilos is around a year, and most babies are growing out of this on leg length. And size around 3 to 4 months. And so how does it compare with other carriers on the market? Well, its two main competitors are the Izmi Baby and the Ergo Embrace. The Ergo Embrace is made of really similar soft jersey material and is really comfortable in much the same way. But again, will last longer. Generally, I'm seeing that one last to more like 9 months, 6 to 9 months. Has waist support. Panel goes bigger, adjusts a little bit in width and in height, and is just more flexible in what you can do with it. And then there's the Izmi Baby. So the Izmi is a cotton carrier. It's again really soft, really moldable, and that one is amazing in terms of it will go down right down to a teeny tiny premature baby, and it will go all the way up to at least a year, very often over a year. Has the biggest flexibility in terms of offering inwards, forwards, hip, back, lots and lots of different positions. And considering both the Embrace, the Izmi and this carrier are all at the same price point, so I should mention this is £75. The Izmi is 80, the Embrace is also £80. Really, I'm finding most parents that are trying all three or are looking at them are very quickly ruling this out, because for £75, but running out after 3 to 4 months, it's just not worth it when there are other products on the market that will last a lot longer. I mean, the only main advantage is the front fastenings. The other ones, they fasten at the side, and you put baby and you in together. So it really is only becoming a winner if parents are really struggling with that, but most parents find that really easy too. So generally, sadly, this carrier, while lovely for newborns, just doesn't have the longevity and tends not to be such a winner compared to others. So this is the Baby Bjorn Mini. I hope you found this helpful.